Yeah, I'm eating, y'all. So, since y'all like ASMR, we're gonna combine ASMR and gameplay at the same time. Also, the Eagles is 4-2.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They're led onto the field by their big mobile quarterback. He can throw it, he can run it, Colin Kaepernick.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. Seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
What they say? Go for 30th touchdown pass. Okay.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough.
They're going to try to call that.
In pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
I knew it.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Automatic first down.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Wentz. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Okay.
That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
On the move to his left. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
Now Wentz on third down. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 9.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
That catch good for only a couple.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Tyson Alualu able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Good game.
And And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
Come on.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now a play fake, Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35.
Come on. Come on.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 25th touchdown, tying him and Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Desean Jackson that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 9 yards to go.
Here's Wentz to throw. Steps and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much He's got to get used to it, though. You got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Just bowling over tacklers. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And the snap comes at 1. Now Kaepernick. And this will be incomplete.
Kaepernick's pass, intended for Vance McDonald, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They'll run here with Counter. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down. Chris Boswell on for the field goal.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
End of the first quarter with the score Steelers 14, Eagles nothing. Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
Eagles nothing.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
It's time for our player spotlight right now as we get a look at Carson Wentz. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Somebody's play class. I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
4th down.
And here's Joseph Charlton now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Let's get it,
And he's over 100 yards
that.
now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35.
That's the way to run it, boy.
And into the end zone. Touchdown,
You see it.
Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
One hand on you.
Boswell for the extra point.
One hand. One hand. Look at that.
And the lead is now 24. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
2-yard line.
Let's shift now and discuss Desean Jackson. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
There's something to get in the ball. We'll see if they can do it. From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll get this into the hands of Travis Fulgham. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press in them, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now he'll pull it down. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And got his man complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
For a Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
If you know, you know. If you know about the carport, the trapdoor's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Okay.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Kaepernick now on first down. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They run with Conner. Spinning past him. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Get a nice lead, you should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
On their own 21-yard line.
Desean Jackson getting set to go again on offense. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Once again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Good go.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin in the AFC North as we head up to M&T Bank Stadium. Baltimore hosting Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. A.J. Green, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. J.D. McKissick with a touchdown run. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Chris Wormley in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Desean Jackson.
Complete to Desean Jackson.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll look to set up his blockers. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Play action. Now Kaepernick. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the
play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And this offense is running away with this one. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
As Sanders with a carry on 1st down as he picks his way forward for a gain of 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Another run with Sanders.
Miles Sanders, the ball carrier.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Tyson Alualu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
3rd down.
Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line.
Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that.
2nd and 10.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got a man complete.
Bring it!
The 20. 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And this offense continues to pour it on. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make...
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Alex Highsmith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd down and 12. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Try to lay one up deep. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Desean Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Wentz going to throw. And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Chris Wormley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now,
There we go.
that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 23. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Steeler.
What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's Kaepernick to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
1st and 10 at the 15.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He was brought
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again, fighting him off. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10.
taken down.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
Eagles, nothing.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Eagles.
Now Wentz. And he'll complete this one to Fulgham. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Philadelphia.
Wentz to throw again. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Jackson.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. 17 yards on the pickup, and it'll move the chains.
Oh, that's nice, man, but it's over, G. Game over.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Steelers, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay. Let's see what he can do. Purchase the package to get more scouting points every week. Master trainer. Increase the interest in your trade offers. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
This player has a zone ability. This is a powerful ability that can be activated when the player completes in-game objectives. Only X-Factor players will have zone abilities.
Okay, we're gonna keep you. Use give her the blocking. Okay, we go. Continue. Back. See what you can do. Run support upgrade. Justin, what you can do. Man to man. Marcus Allen, what's up? Mason. Let's go there. Okay. Let's see. Roll out the red carpet, baby, because I have arrived. Did you see me out there, coach? I'm an archer on the defense, man. Ferdinand has now just started faster than before. Okay, that's what's up. 5,000 for your defensive lineman. Okay. See what you got. Great win, coach. Fletcher is actually a beast. And it's a great. It's always awesome to come away with the win against the Eagles. Offensive coordinator. Advanced week. Playing against them Cleveland Browns. Yuck. Next week. Let's see what you got. Hey, coach, any thoughts on how we're going to handle? No question, Garen's numbers for wrecking the ball. For wrecking games, plans. If you want to aggressively move the ball, we can't afford to give up any sacks. Okay, I hear you. Let's burn his from Miles Garrett on the side and quick horizontal passes. It's our best chance to neutralize him. Okay. Garrett. Beat Miles Garrett Browns. Gain 500 plus team yards and give up no sacks. Okay. What you got to say? Hey, coach, what's the game plan for Nick? Neutralizing. We need to do everything in our power to shut him down. Let's put him on board. Beat the Cleveland Brown, hold him to. I may not be able to hold him to no 50. All depends. Let me see. Add to board. Back. 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 Add to board. Still add you. Go back. Nope, I ain't trading none of my players. Play. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Change their uniform. Let's get it.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Now here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down.
Receiving team.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
There's Jarvis Landry with a nice reception and pickup there. And when you say Pro Bowl, you better think Jarvis Landry. He's been selected to it every year since 2015. The only season he's missed, his rookie year. And he is durable and tough. We talk about that all the time. How about this for an example? Hasn't missed a game in his first 6 seasons and was a 1,000-yard receiver for the 3rd time in 2019.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On second down now. It's Hunt, and he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on third down.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Colin Kaepernick.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman, Norm Van Brocklin, right? You got to go all the way back to 1951, and he threw for 554 yards in that game. And later, won a championship as a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in 1960.
And now that record has been set anew. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sione Takitaki. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. First catch of this game, a big one. Of course, he had the big performance last week when he was AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, but that was so last week, wasn't it? I mean, look at what he's doing now. I think he's trying to exceed what he did in that game and continue to ascend in this season.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
For the point after.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
This will be fielded at the 17. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels. And
that's caught at the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Desean Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
A gain of
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Credit that break up to Greedy Williams.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This is Johnson. He's got it.
Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter.
And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to fourth down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Steelers are going to take the lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
From walk-on to NFL draft pick, it's one of those stories that never gets old. And Alex Highsmith, one of the latest to actually make that jump. Really turned into a heck of a pass rusher his last 2 years at the University of Charlotte. Maybe a little more finesse than physical right now, but it works well for him. And as he gains strength, he's going to get to the quarterback even more.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Come on, bring it, baby.
And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Johnson now returning. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Mayfield off the play fake. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a First down.
And the Browns first down.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They go play action. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Austin Hooper, Pro Bowler a year ago, the intended target. But it's going to be second down.
And the 30-yard line.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start with two cities separated by only 100 miles or so. Cincinnati taking on Indianapolis. And that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And that one is at halftime, as they've got the lead over the visiting Detroit Lions. Gardner Minshew, a touchdown pass in that first half. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail the visiting Ravens in that one at halftime. Dez Bryant, a touchdown catch in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Kaepernick now on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Back to the air on second down. It's Kaepernick. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it's third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, man,
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Come on.
Here's Connor. Spins away. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
And there's James Conner showing his versatility with a nice reception and 1st down pickup out of the backfield. 3 years into his pro career, though, he hasn't played a full season, so they want to see durability increase for him. But during his Pro Bowl year in 2018, that's when he showed everything. 55 catches that year, only 34 in 2019. They're hoping those numbers continue to climb for James Conner.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Okay, just like that, just like that.
Now Connor powers through again. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Nice grab there by Kareem Hunt. It's going to be fun to watch him expand his game here in 2020. Versatile in the passing game, can carry it on the ground as well. Remember, he only played about half the season in 2019. 37 catches and a touchdown during that time. He's going to find more snaps this year and really expand this offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. Stiff-armed him. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a 1st down.
And the Browns 1st down.
Come on, y'all, man. You can't let the Dookie Browns win.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
To Nick Chubb.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 38.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Chubb. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
Third down and 9 yards to go.
Mayfield looks to throw. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
1 yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Let's see now what Colin Kaepernick has been up to so far in this game. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? Four verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big, big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Pittsburgh offense, or your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. On the run is Connor. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now to kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold him right around that marker under it. And what are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on. pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
Mayfield able to find Hunt out of the backfield. Not much there, only a yard. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and lead.
And is Higgins. And is Higgins. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
I don't know why it's buffering. He get itself together.
Cleveland.
Mayfield with it once more. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. And again, it's Mayfield. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Mayfield's pass.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Breaks a tackle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
I don't know why this game is buffering.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
Come on, we got another injured player. Oh no, this is my boy. I don't know why this game is buffering like that. It got to be the internet.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Quit talking about it and bring it.
They'll try and run some clock here.
Situation when you're up in the fourth quarter, they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
But the back judge right there to say incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
For Juju Smith-Schuster.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play, unable to connect in that attempt.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Mayfield down. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
This game
the Pittsburgh offense at the
bad.
line to start their next drive as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Pitt,
I'm sorry, y'all. This game was buffering like a mother.